Thank you for taking the time to learn about our online designer. If you would like to skip this full tutorial and just learn how to upload your pre-designed artwork, or prefer to see each subject individually, you can close this window and use the drop-down list at the top of the designer to choose your subject at any time without losing your work. Okay, it's time to talk a bit about the basics of the designer. And the first thing you need to know is, in order to work on any element, change its color, its size, or anything you want to do to it, you have to know how to select it. To select an item, simply put the cursor over it and click. You notice it will highlight that item. If I want to click on this star, that's one element. The background, the black square, is another element, and here is another star and another star. So once we have an element selected, we can move it anywhere we want, just simply by clicking on it and holding down the left hand button. Release. Now, it would be convenient, once we create this bar with the stars, to have them all locked together. So in order to do that, what we can do is we can simply grab and touch every element together, and once we do that, if you notice, they're all highlighted, and now we can move that element together. If we think that we want to keep it that way and not disturb it, we can simply go up to here to the group button on the left hand side, click on that, and now if you notice, when we click on that element, it's all joined together. If for some reason you want to break it apart later, you can simply click on the ungroup, same button, and now everything is separated again. Now, what if we want to have all of these different elements here joined with this element up here? Well, one thing we can do is we can click on different things while holding down the shift. And now that we've done that, we can release the shift, and if we want to do something, we can join them all together. Of course, if you want them together permanently, simply go over here and lock them together. Now you see that these elements are locked together. If you want to rotate an item, simply click on the element, and if you notice, the green dot at the top allows us to rotate that item any way we want. Another important thing you need to know about the designer is that elements have their own layer. For instance, if we take this text and we drop it down below the black bar, you'll notice that the black is on top of the text. To fix this, we can go up to Layers on the upper left hand corner, then over to the right it shows you the layer order of each element. If we want to bring this text, this one particular called Basics, up above the black, we would simply go to the top here, and if you notice, now it is on the top, allowing us to move this around and not be covered up. If you want to copy or paste an item, it's simple. Just highlight the item that you want, and then you can choose from the cut, the copy, or the paste. But if you just want to duplicate it so that you can use it on other parts of your image, just click the duplication button. This creates the same item, which now you can move anywhere you want. Let's do this one more time, and we'll put this over here. If you make a mistake, it's easy to fix it. Let's say we put this here and we want to bring it back to the same place. We simply go up here to this arrow to the left, and that is an undo. If we decide that we want to put it back, down below is the redo. If you need to delete an element, first choose the element you want to delete. We'll delete this star. And then you can hit the delete key on your keyboard, or you can go to the delete button on the toolbar on the left. Confirm that you want to delete it, and there it goes. If you want to delete the entire artwork, then you have to go to the trash at the bottom here, and this will delete the entire thing, giving you a blank screen ready to start again. Okay, let's check out some of the drawing tools. In the upper right hand corner you'll find the Art button. Dropping down you'll see 4 distinct different drawing tools. Let's start out with the oval. We can draw an oval, and as you can see, we can change it in any direction that we want or any size. If we wanted a perfect circle, we'd simply choose the oval again, and this time we would hold down the Shift button as we draw. This creates the perfect circle. In order to change the color, simply change the color up at the top. We'll choose red, and if you want a border, we can increase the border and change its color to anything that we want. We would treat the rectangle exactly the same way. We can pull a rectangle and change its proportions, or if we want to draw a perfect square, we'd hold the Shift down like this, and of course, same thing with the color. To use the line tool, click on the line, and you'll notice that we can change this line in any direction that we want. We can also change the thickness of this line, and we can also change the length of the line. This allows us now to create that line and move it anywhere we want on the screen. To use the brush tool, we can freehand any shape that we want, as so, and we can increase the border or change its color. We can also fill it if we want to. Let's fill it with green, like that. Let's work with some text. To add text, simply go up to the text button in the upper right hand side of your screen, and then fill in the text that you want in the box below. When you're done, click Add Text, and you notice it puts it into the center of the screen. You can see that this text is aligned to the left. Let's change that by going to the alignment tools on the right hand side. We have the right alignment tool, we have the center alignment tool, and we have the left alignment tool. Let's leave that at center for now. Now we can go up to choosing a font. I'm going to choose Arial, and if you noticed, we can make this bold and we can make it italic. Not all fonts will let you do that. Now let's change the color. Let's try blue. Now we can stick with this blue, or we can change it to anything in this palette. I'll try something over here. Now, if we go down to border, if we want to put a border on there of a different color around the font, all we have to do is come over here, make sure that the solid border line is chosen, and then click on a color. Let's just try black here for now. And if you notice, if I increase the border by the slider, that we get a nice border of black around our font. If I want to rotate that, we simply can rotate by using the slider. We'll go back to 0. Another way to do that is to grab the green button at the top, and we can rotate that any way we want. Let's bring that back to 0. Okay, line spacing down below. By moving the slider, we can make the spacing further apart, like this, or bring it closer together. That looks good. To change the size of the text, you can move it proportionally by grabbing a corner and drag it into any size that you want. If you noticed, it keeps it proportionate to the original. If you want to do this unproportionately, go over to the proportion button, unclick that, and now you have the freedom to change this text in any way that you want. To move the text, you can grab it in the center with the cursor and move it this way. If you want to make small adjustments, it might be easier to use the buttons here. They give you very fine adjustments in where to put your text. If you need to edit the text, simply select it and then change it up here in the text box. This comes in handy when you're changing one of our templates to personalize it for yourself. If you would like to use some of our clip art, go up to the Art button, Drop down, choose a category that you would like to work with. We'll choose animals. Let's try this elephant. Now if you notice, this elephant is made up of two different colors. You can see the two different colors up here. If you want to change the color of one of those elements, simply change the color here, which you can see we've changed him to blue, and this purple here, we'll change that to black, and you can see we've changed that. Also, you can distort the elephant. We can rotate the elephant any way we want, or we could put a border around the elephant. If you would like to add a JPEG image or picture, simply go to Upload in the upper right, click on I have the rights to these images, and click Upload my image. Then add File, navigate on your computer to the image that you want to use, click Open. Then click Start Upload. Once your image is in your gallery, you can move it onto the artboard. Now simply put it where you need and resize it. You can do the same thing for adding your logo. Remember, you can replay this video or any subject clip at any time without losing your work. Thank you for using our online designer.